Hello everyone, welcome back to Gloomhaven. Trying to record this as far as possible ahead of its scheduled upload because, again, YouTube is having problems uploading and then processing the HD version of the videos for your viewing pleasure. So I apologise if this is again in 360p for the very early part of the upload. But for right now, we have a perk to gain for faith. And we have a city event that I'm hoping might just give us 5 XP because then Tali could level up as well, but we'll see. Walking near the west gate, you are approached by a scrawny kid in a guard uniform which is clearly too big for his small frame. "Hey, you're famous," he says with a big smile. "I worked as a caravan guard before I got this job. Met with a big Onyx guy who was always talking about you. He made you seem like the nicest, most amazing people." His smile and excitement doesn't waver. "Say, my detail's coming up some work to repair the wall damage from the last vermling attack. Would you mind helping us? It'll be fun." Agree to help the presumptuous kid, or tell the kid that you must have the wrong group of adventurers. I will help. It's hard work, but the kid's enthusiasm is infectious. He wants to know all about your exploits and adventures, and he and his detail prove to be a great audience. By the end of the day, it hardly feels like you've worked at all. +1 reputation, +1 prosperity. Alright, so no XP, but certainly can't complain. Let's do Faith's perk. We have 1 perk available. Now, we've taken a lot of what is available, so we can replace a 0 with a +2. We can add 2 redraw with poisons. We can add 2 redraw with muddles, or 1 redraw with invisible. And that's all that we have available to us. So this is obviously 2 more damage once. Whereas the poisons will be 1 more damage every time they are attacked, because the poison condition will persist. So I think we'll take Envenom. And then what we probably want to do is see if we can spend any of this gold that we've earned. Let's get to the shop first, would certainly help. So with 44 gold and a decent discount, there's surely something that we can benefit from here. Leather armor gives disadvantage on 2 attacks. Chainmail, on the next 3 sources of damage from attacks targeting you, gain 1 shield, but that's 3 -1s in the deck, which is quite excessive. Let's take a leather armor. That certainly won't hurt us, I don't think. And, of course, make sure to equip it. Then that leaves us on 27 gold. We've got nothing for hand or legs at the moment. I think boots of striding are never a bad option. Pandora, how's your movement at the moment? Fairly standard. Lamoon. Thing with Lamoon is she has basically no ranged attacks. We have some ranged healing, and there's 1 ranged attack that burns. But I think we might want to add... There's a ranged attack there that's not currently in our deck. I think we want the extra movement for Lamoon. If she's not wearing shoes already. She's not. So Lamoon is going to get Boots of Striding. During movement, add 2. And, of course, as ever, equip those. And then Tali could probably have the same. Unless there's something for hands that we really think is going to do us better. During your single target ranged attack action, turn the following into the following. That's actually pretty good for Tali with her it's their expanse of ranged attacks. So let's take one of those. It's not shoes, but it doesn't always have to be shoes. That was exactly how much gold we had. What are the chances? And I've also been told that I should probably be donating to the Temple of the Great Oak a little bit more than I am. So since Faith is so well off for everything that she needs, let's spend some of her cash here. And Pandora, you're not really making too many attacks, so having Bless for attack rolls isn't as important. So with that done, back to the map, we have to decide where we're going next. We now have the Realm of the Voice, destroy the voice, ensure the voice can never escape and cause harm. Do we have the opposing quest of that? Find the first vessel, do the mysterious voice's bidding, so that is still open to us. And this is the first vessel rather than the only vessel, so we might well be able to do this and then get more quests out of it if we wish to. My problem is that I can only basically remember whatever the most recent quest we touched was, is the only one that I have any memory of. Bring Hale the vessel. Have Hale examine the strange artifact. I mean, that can't hurt just to have somebody take a look at something. It's a core quest. We don't know what our goal is. Do we? No, it doesn't tell us what the actual goal is, but I'm sure it will just be kill a lot of stuff, so let's give this a go. It's within the realm of the city. It's not gonna complete Faith's thing. We'll stand with action rather than...
Hale rubs her hands in excitement. On this day, I can tell you that for the first time, I do not regret turning you inside out when we met, she says matter-of-factly. The vessel of the elements. And you say it was under my nose the whole time. Amazing how some things get forgotten so easily. She reaches out to touch it, but quickly recoils her hand. Oh, so this is why you brought it to me. And here I thought it was a token of friendship. She frowns. That, she says, pointing at the artifact, is a clear case of bad gifting. You're going to have to clean this thing out before I can accept it.
Are we going into the orb? Is this a magic funball situation?
The artifact has been attuned to the plane of night, capable only of corrupting and destroying everything it comes in contact with. You could wreak a lot of havoc with this, but with such strong attunement, there's no way to control its power. You'll need to break the connection to balance it out.
Okay, that's going to be a hoot, isn't it?
You stare at Hale blankly. Oh, what, do I have to do everything? She asks incredulously. Okay, look. I'm not going to go in there and fix it, but I suppose I can transport your essences through to the other side so that you can sever the shadow link yourselves.
Yep, this is going to happen, isn't it?
Hale begins to move her hands fluidly back and forth. Occasionally, a hand disappears down to her wrist, only to re-emerge, clutching colorful magics, which she begins to scatter over you. So it's all very simple. Soon you'll find yourselves in the plane of night. Just look around for a giant black pillar extending infinitely into the sky, and then destroy it. Once you do that, I'll bring you back here.
Okay. That's fine.
Before you even have time to object, your vision goes dark. At first you feel as though you're falling, but then you realize you're standing on solid ground. Your vision adjusts, and you begin to see features in your surroundings. You're in a cave covered in a slick black slime. And there are demons. So many demons.
Okay. Have Hale examine the strange artifact. We still don't have a proper quest, although I think it said something about destroying this giant pillar. First thing I want to check at your advice is Tali's movement cards that create things like these. Having the ability to move and then attack in one turn that always creates an element for the next turn's attack. So kind of always be preparing the next turn with the current turn's movement and generation of stuff. So that is something to consider, but I do like the stuff that we've added. So it becomes a question of, is there anything worth removing? I think Frigid Torment, attack 3, we're basically never playing because we're really trying to stick with ranged attacks rather than melee. So, attack 1, target all enemies within range 4, move 2 underneath. Attack 4, target all enemies at exactly range 2, create ice underneath. I think ice is the more important thing to be creating for us in general. So we'll go with that, as well as with Faith. Last time I definitely had something I wanted to change. Spring Trap, disarm an adjacent trap and throw it. Without having Craggy on the team, Spring the Trap is far less good to us now, which is a shame that we've picked it up as such as an expensive card that we're not going to possibly get as much use out of it as we once did. So what else do we want to use? We want Smoke Bomb back because I was also told we can do the pull 2 range 3 on somebody on bottom to then facilitate Visage of the Inevitable, then killing something that's been pulled towards us. So that's a good edit there. I think we don't have to worry about the others. So let's go to battle goals. Your health at the end of this scenario is equal to 2 or less. Kill 5 or more monsters. Apparently there's demons, oh so many demons. So let's go with the killing. Objective, never allow your current hit point value to drop below half your maximum. Have 3 or fewer cards in your hand and discarded at the end of the scenario. We're, as much as we don't want to be, we've kind of become one of the tanks with Lamoon, just because of our level. So I think Zealot is going to have to do. Your health at the end of the scenario is equal to your maximum health. Loot no gold piles or chests during the scenario. I think Pandora can be indignant today. Allow none of your allies to become exhausted. Loot 5 or more gold piles. Since we've got Pandora being indignant, let's take Lamoon to be a hoarder. They should work a little bit with each other. And there is one treasure chest in this battle. Off we go. I wonder how much damage we need to do to this possible structure to complete the mission. Of course, no travel in the city, no travelling event. Loading, loading, loading. Okay. Destroy the rock column. At the start of every round, dark is set to strong and light is set to inert. All mercenaries start with 3 curses. So we've got to get through this room, this corridor, and then destroy a rock column in the last room. There's a bunch of traps here. Damage and curse on those. And damage and curse here. This is an elite. So we can't kill it with the Visage card. Inevitable Visage, is it? Visage of the Inevitable. We can't use that on an elite monster. But we can still pull them towards us. Smoke Bomb, pull 2 at a range of 3. So that would put them here. They would take 4 damage. And these guys always cause disadvantage when attacking. And the Night Demon, attackers gain disadvantage. And we've seen the Deep Terror elites at the back before. What's most troubling about those right now is we've seen their attack patterns be these great big long single column attacks. And right now, we don't have a column to hide in, basically. We would love to try and get somebody at the end of the room to be dead. Now, obviously, Faith has Smoke Bomb, which we can pull something here, and if needs be, we can pull one of these guys onto the traps ahead of them. But do we have any other methods of moving people into traps so that we don't necessarily have to be the ones that trigger them? Because we don't have Thieves' Knack in our deck, so we can't just disarm them. Attack, target all enemies at exactly range 2. Attack and push does not help us on this side. Stun, attack 1, range 3. Attack 5, range 5. Wound, immobilize. Chain lightning and healing. Boiling arc doesn't do anything. No. And I think we took out a card whose bottom reads area of effect 3 tiles, pull. So we could have pulled 2 of them onto their traps, which would have been really good because they only have 7 HP and the traps do 4. How about the others? All allies regain retaliate and range. Shield 1. Song, move. Move. Disarm. Range 3. Force all enemies in the targeted area to perform a move 1 action with you controlling the actions. So we have throw voice if we really need it. Bless, curse, strengthen, attack, curse, attack, immobilize. Okay, so we have throw voice, and lastly here, retaliate, strength, heal, 1 recovers cards, movement, attack, 1 adjacent ally may recover cards, attack, heal, attack, move, attack, bless, aura. Alright, so we've got limited options, is what we've learnt. And I wonder how far... This one's 1 closer to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these things have an attack of length 5. If it's 6, we've got real problems. But for right now, we just have to start attacking something. So, Faith, if you could smoke bomb that thing at range 3, 1, 2 closer to us. Then, once we've done that, we can attack on a top of a card. Attack 4, add wound when it's adjacent. It's not going to be if Faith goes first. Attack 3 at range 4. Attack 3, add 2 and gain 1 when the target is adjacent to any of your allies. Yeah, so we're going to need somebody to be adjacent faster than Faith's turn, but that is difficult. Pandora could do it. And if we did it on a bottom 2, we could sing a song for everybody else. Let's put Echoing Aria up. Hopefully that will be able to kill some of this stuff that's going to start attacking us closer in. And then since we're not going to have... Oh wait, move to strengthen all adjacent allies. That seems like a great plan. Okay. So we will have an ally next to them, so we can do something like single out. Attack 3, add 2 to the attack and gain 1 when the target is adjacent to any of your allies. That's a turn right there. If you're not moving 1, 2, 3, you're not so much my concern. What's the absolute furthest shot we could take? Just have to remember that light is always going to be set to inert, so we're never going to get any benefit from creating light or trying to use it as an element. So right now kind of range 3 is most of what we get. Chain lightning, we're not going to be able to add piercing, but if we create wind, we could attack a bunch of stuff. I'm just hesitant to move in too quickly because we're going to get attacked by the stuff at the back before we've even dealt with the stuff at the front. So let's create some ice. And Faith will have pulled something in by then, so we can do a basic attack on top. Attack 1, range 3. Attack 2, range 3, but we'd rather have the stun available with the ice that we're going to create this turn, next turn. Attack 2, range 2. We'll probably have to do. And here, do we just gun it? No, because we don't have a ranged attack to do anything after there, unfortunately. So we're going to need to get the Bard up soon. That said, these traps are not stun traps. So we could stand on them and still take an attack action. That is entirely possible. We probably want to try and attack the guy with 6 HP. It's going to be at disadvantage anyway. But we will also have a decent amount of retaliate between the song and our armor. So let's push forward 4 on Hammer Blow. And maybe we just go in with practical plans. Okay, move to attack 5. Consume Dark to attack 2 more. That's terrible. Move 3, attack 5. Attack 3, target all adjacent enemies. Attack 4, range 4 with wound. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we're not past this rock, we won't be attacked by the Deep Terror elites. Faith's initiative does not change. We move to here. Strengthening everybody. And we put on our Retaliate song. I don't think we need to put in anything else right now. So we'll go with that. Oh, this thing's going to do 7 attack, which is terrifying. Maybe we go in... no, rather than using the invisibility, if we have to discard a card, we have to discard a card, so be it. Right, Faith, pull this thing. So right in front of us, through the trap. And then attack for 5. Right, we've got a lot of good stuff within all of that. Do we add 1 to our attack in hopes of drawing a +1 and just killing it? Because we are going to draw at disadvantage. So we take a 0 over a 1. Or we can try and do this and just draw a straight roll, because it's disadvantage versus advantage is 1 card, and we just need to draw any +1 to kill this thing. Totally worthwhile in my book. Now, the Elementalist does not have a whole lot to be doing from here, although we can consume the darkness before anybody else gets a chance to. These are attacking at a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a range of 3 if we stand here. We don't care about looting gold or not looting gold, so we will move to here. Create some ice. Then attack. We'll obviously do the one that gives us 1 XP. Consuming the darkness. And attack this guy for 3. We won't get advantage, but that's fine. They are moving 2, so they can attack us next turn. Which is a minor problem, but I don't think our deck is strong enough to facilitate a guaranteed kill here if we add 1 and attack at advantage, so... Glad we didn't use all of our items. This thing is now going to slam us. -2, though, is pretty good going. And, of course, we have the Retaliate up. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 gets us to here. Then I think we're just going to have to tank the hit. So that we can then attack for 5 against this thing. And then we get shot a bit. Shame about having to use all of our armor here. Is that coming back on a long rest? Yes. Okay. Right, so I think we're now probably going to have to throw our voice to get much done here. Even if we could kill these things on the other side of the traps, we have to get across the traps to proceed in the mission. So, throw voice is range 3, force all enemies in the targeted area to perform a move 1 action with you controlling the action. And that's on a 44. But that's also on the bottom of the card, so we need somebody else to order us to move. 1 friendly can perform a move 4 action within range 3, so that's a top for us. Tactical order on bottom. Heal 3 at a range of 3. Consume any energy to heal 1 more. If we do that, we can consume the darkness that they might not otherwise be using. Or they might be trying to use against us. We also need to get rid of that wound, so the healing will do that for us. If we're throwing voice on bottom, we need something to do on top. Move someone from the back. Bless all adjacent allies. That's not a bad one. Although we're going to get moved before we have a chance to do that. Strengthen, affect all allies. Curse range 3. This is a bottom we're using there. So I think the only other thing is we want to go fast. So you're moving us on a 29. And so we want to go after 29. And unless we play Marching Beat to move somebody else forward, such as Faith. Faith has Duelist Advance on top for an attack. Or we could Flurry of Blades attack all 3 of them. How far does their Retaliate go? Just melee range. How far does the pull go? Move 1 with you controlling the action. So they'll just move on to the traps. And they'll take 4 damage. So we then need to do 3 damage apiece. Now, Faith's deck is kind of stacked with +1s. So if we go Flurry of Blades, after 44, although I guess it doesn't matter that much, you can move Faith forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Because we don't want the Retaliate to hurt us. And then Flurry of blades on top, something on bottom. Add 2 to all your attacks this round, targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies. If we're attacking 2 at range 3 from here, 1, 2, 3, we wouldn't get the guy at the back anyway. So there's not really anything for us to do on bottom, so we don't need you to do your marching beat for Faith's benefit at least. Faith can make her own way up. So that leaves us with Tali. We have Darkness and Ice available. Stoking Hail would stun the one in the back corner, who we're not going to be able to probably kill this turn. Attack 2 at a range of 3. So we need to move 2 and attack. Then we can still be moved for free. So let's do heal 3, range 4 on bottom. But we want to go, if we're healing on bottom and attacking on top, we need to be moved by marching beat. Man, everyone's moving everyone else this turn, aren't they? You need to move Pandora 1, 2, 3, so that Pandora can throw voice at a range of 3. I'd like to do that trap just because this one's behind a rock. One ally perform move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're pulling those into here. Faith from this tile, can you hit stuff? Attack 2 at a range of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can, but if we want to hit all of them, we need to be on this tile, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is fine. So the problem right now is that Tali wants to Stoking Hail and heal themselves, but we can't attack with the Stoking Hail from here. So we need to move in, really. So we'll just move in on a standard card. Then we don't need you to perform Marching to the Beat on top. You're throwing voice on bottom. On top, we can do something else. Bless everyone who ends up next to you. Alright, I think that's going to have to be it. I hope they go slow. 54 is fine. Wound and poison. Target all adjacent enemies. Attack 4, range 4. Faith's initiative is fine. Faith moves 5 to here. Do we want our goggles back if we're attacking everything? We don't get leather armor back. We don't get boots of speed back. This, nothing else we have comes back. We could have 2 of these guys killed if we can just draw +1s to get these 2s up to 3s, and then these traps will do 4 damage. So I think this is worth doing. So then we target 3 at advantage. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this might change my plans slightly. Because now we could kill this one if we pulled it into this, whereas we can't kill that one if we pull it into that. But from where Talia stood, we can't get close enough to hit them. So we are going to be stuck attacking here, but we can attack for +1 and just kill it. Create some free fire along the way. We are wounded. We take 1 damage. Now we move you, confirm target, to here, confirm move. I thought I screwed up then. I was like, wait, this isn't drag everybody, but that's the other character, of course. Consume 1 to add 1 extra healing. Yeah, consume the darkness. It's always just going to be there anyway. And heal ourselves because we're wounded. Then we are going to bless all adjacent allies, which is just faith, but that's fine. And then range... Oh, wait. Hold on. That does have both of them, doesn't it? Yes. Range 3, force all enemies in the targeted area to perform a move 1. Hold on. Confirm targets. You. One, 2. Confirm target, 1. Move on there. Confirm target 2. Move on there. Alright, this is good. I kind of forgot about the wound and poison all adjacent enemies part. That's going to hurt, but right now I don't even know if being invisible would save us, because I think it's the case that it's all adjacent enemies, but it's not an attack action, perhaps. However, our retaliates at the moment. All enemies get a retaliate 2 at a range of 2. But the bard does not get the retaliate. So I'm going to make the bard invisible, so that they have to attack Faith, who will then retaliate and kill the creature. Prevent 4 of that damage. And that was actually not as terrifying a first room as I fear it could have been. So we will do some looting and pushing forward and see what happens next. First question is, who is trying to avoid the gold and who is trying to get it? Bard wants no loot. Sunkeeper wants all of the loot. Lamoon the looter. Do we have any actual loot cards? No, it's going to make this a little more difficult. And we have so many cards having only done 2 turns that I don't think it warrants stopping at this door for a long rest before pushing through it. So with that in mind, I think it makes sense. I was going to say to go in last with Pandora to open the door whilst invisible, because the invisibility will last until the end of Pandora's turn. But that said, if she goes last and opens the door, we can't really benefit from having the door open and attacking stuff on the other side. So would we rather spend a turn just pushing up a few tiles and then see what's on the other side, or just go? And I think with so many cards available to us, possibly just going might be fine. Also, because we were invisible, we did manage to avoid the wound and the poison, I think it was. So, Faith. I know you have Burning Oil available. That is a great breaching attack. And we have a move 5. That's 1, 2, 3. And then if we really, really want to, we can retreat slightly. So that's a good opener. Then everyone else, we basically just want to have as good an option as possible for what's to come next. The next time any ally within range 2 suffers damage this round, they suffer no damage instead. That's actually great if we stick Faith out front and ensure that Pandora is within 2. Now, that door is more than 2 away from Pandora, so we'd have to figure out something else for that. So maybe that's not going to work out. Move 4 on bottom. That gets us to the door, which Faith might be stood in. So really any move 2 might suffice. Because we don't have Tactical Order anymore, that's been spent. Strengthen, affect all adjacent allies on a 21. But Faith is going on an 11, and if we drop her initiative down by 10, she still might not be in the correct order for us. I don't know, when 2 people are on shared initiative, I don't know how to change them to being on the desired order on the same initiative. So Faith's busting down the door, shooting with Burning Oil. Here we would like to Defensive Ditty, but we're not in the correct range for it. So we could strengthen our allies on an 85 and just move into or for somewhere else. I would like just one solid attack for Pandora. We could just move Tali in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts them right in the heat of things. Tali, what would you do with Darkness and Fire? Attack 2, range 3 with Wound is pretty good. Move 4, Retaliate 2 at a range of 2 becomes Retaliate 4 at a range of 4. So we might even try... you do not have the hit points to be tanking stuff, though. We could do a heal on bottom if somebody else moves you. And then, I guess, Ice Spikes on top. So Pandora's moving you on a 32, which is good. That's on top. Something on bottom. Attack 1, range 3 with wound. We might as well just move in. That leaves the Sunkeeper. Do you have any big movement left? Move 3. Gets us to behind the door. We could strengthen all adjacent allies now before they attack going into the room. And then move 3. Except Faith's initiative might not get the benefit, but hey, we can't stay here forever on every turn. So you go to 21, that's good. We strengthen our adjacent allies who will be attacking this turn. And of course, I tried to use the bottom of 2 cards because I'm silly, but this still gives us 1 XP, so something. Faith. Move 5 into the doorway. Good grief. Okay, let's see what all these folks are doing. Move 1, attack 2 at a range of 4 with poison. Move 1, attack 1 at range 4 with poison. And of course, once we're poisoned, all the attacks will become effectively attack 2. Night Demon Elite. Move 4, attack 3. All adjacent enemies and allies suffer 1 damage. Consume any element to create more darkness. Okay. This room doesn't seem as terrible as it could be. I think... What trap is this? Standard damage 4. That's a damage 4 up there as well. Let's put ourselves just inside the door here. We might be about to take 6 attacks, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Attack for 5, range 3, and wound. Now, would I rather kill one immediately, or would I rather try and hit the one that is the elite, and then if they're wounded, they will continue to take damage for a while? We do have a lot of extra blessings. Poison, piercing, plus damage. I think we can deal with this like that. And they're wounded, so they will die next turn. That's great. This thing moves and kills its friend. I got no beef with that. Right, we are moving 4. Loot no gold. Curse at a range of 3. Alright. If we put ourselves there, we're going to take every attack. But we could curse 3 things. But tanking every attack seems like a terrible plan. Sunkeeper, of course, already went. It confused me when it put Faith back on initiative 11. But Sunkeeper is gone, so there's no need for us to move Sunkeeper. Did we want to move Tali? Yes, I think we do, right? If we're going to heal on bottom for ourselves and attack on top. And then we're moving to ourselves closer to the door frame. Then the imps are just going to wreck house for a while. We'll take 3 damage there. We're now poisoned. We'll take 1 damage there. They take retaliate damage, which is nice. Right, then we're up. So we are attacking 1 at a range of 3. from here? 1, 2, 3. We can put that there. We're going to consume the fire to add 1 damage. And wound. So if we're wounding, we might want to consider attacking a bigger thing. Let's attack with advantage as well, because we'll probably long rest by the time we get to the end of this corridor. The only other thing for advantage I can think of is if we were to play Boiling Arc and try and get like 4 or 5 creatures into that arc, but I don't know that we'll get quite the exact opportunity for it. So let's attack those 2 at advantage with a wound. And we can't play Chain Lightning next turn. Is there anything that we would really like to have available? We're going to have Darkness no matter what, but that doesn't help any of these particular cards. Attack with Push would be good. So to push we need Wind. I think we'll create some Wind then. Because this guy consumes elements, these ones don't. And then we will heal ourselves for 3. Faith's just going to have to deal with the poison for a minute. We are very fragile. New round. Yeah, like a lot of these things don't have that much HP. That's the only solace I'm taking right now. So we want to Tremulant Cyclone, attack 1, range 3, but it's attack 2 and push. The intent is to push that guy into that trap. It's kind of overkill, but at least the trap will be sprung. And we don't have anything else to move stuff with, although this does attack 2, range 3. We could attack multiple targets otherwise. Faith, what are you up to? We could move 3, attack 3 the guy in front of us quickly. And then on bottom is just more movement and poison. Add 2 to all your attacks this round that target enemies adjacent to none other allies. Again, we could just snipe this thing, and it wouldn't be that big a problem. If Tali was stood here, we could hit 3 creatures. And we got real problems back here, like, what are you even doing in this fight? We might just have to short rest just to get our move 5 back, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll put you in the doorway, which really isn't incredible. Holy Strike we're probably going to save for the big pillar that we have to destroy at the end. And unfortunately with these guys having ranged attacks, we can't even kind of shuffle back a bit and let them choke themselves in the doorway. Bless and strengthen 1 ally within range 3. Alright, you're going to bless and strengthen someone. And move in for 2. On 27. So we'll move in for 2, pick up a gold pile, bless and strengthen someone. It's something, right? Someone within range 3. Could be Faith. I'm just thinking if we want Flurry of Blades back. Or, no, because Visage of the Inevitable is so overkill for a thing with 3 HP. but so is pushing it into a 4 damage trap, you know? We can move with jump, we can attack 0, range 2, add 1 damage and add 2 targets. Attack 1, range 3. Boiling Arc. Attack 2, range 3 with push. Let's attack with Tremulent Cyclone. We'll save Boiling Arc for a moment when we might be able to hit a whole bunch of stuff. And we'll move to on pure augmentation if we want to. What's our Bard doing? We could benefit from defensive ditty now on bottom. And strengthen all allies on top. Are you strengthening someone anyway? Bless and strengthen 1 ally. One ally within range 3 may perform an attack 4. That's good if someone was actually next to something, but they're not going to be. Immobilize, target all enemies within range 3. But immobilizing is no good if all this stuff has great big ranged attacks. I am floundering in the puzzle. I completely concede this. Move 3, attack 3 on top. I'm just so aware of the huge amount of attacks that are to come in a moment. Let's do this. And one ally within range 3. 1, 2, 3. I'd have to put Faith there. Oh, this is just terrible, isn't it? One ally may perform within range 3 may perform attack 4. So we can hit something. Alright, we're just going to do this and I'm going to be mad about it. Move attack, move attack, move attack big. It's about what we've come to expect. So we're going to move. Two. Confirm. Poison those. Move. Skip the rest. Attack them. It's 1 down. End Scoundrel's turn. We are going to move 3. Move 3, attack 5. We might be able to push them into a trap. Attack 1 at range 3. 1, 2, 3. If we come to here, I might regret this. God, we can attack everything. If we attack that like that there, confirm. Oh, we didn't get to push them into that trap and I'm mad about it. Fine. Right, we are moving 2 onto this gold. Completely forgot about our new boots. Bless and strengthen someone within range 3. Should have moved with our boots. Alright, here comes the pain. They're just filling our deck with curses. Is that largely what's happening right now? Massive miss for us there, though. Right, we actually still have a turn. Somehow. One ally within range 3 may perform an attack. We have disadvantage if attacking here, but they are wounded, so if we attack for 4, they'll die next turn. And immobilize all targets within range 3. Skipped. Right, I would really like some rests. The good news is, this one is wounded and will die. This one is wounded and will die. This one has 1 HP. That's great news. The other thing is that Tali wants to kill 5 or more monsters during the scenario, and with a boiling arc, could kill 3 creatures with that action. It would just be kind of wasted, although if we're going to want to attack this thing anyway, the other ones are just kind of collateral damage. Attack 2 and then move 2 on bottom. It's that will take a rest, and I think I'm fine just playing them as they are. Faith has Swift Bow available, but otherwise needs to rest. It's going to be a short rest right now. Flurry of Blades, I would really rather keep that. Goodbye, Visage of the Inevitable. Flurry of... Oh man, I'm just thinking. I know we get a lot of use out of our piercing bow, right? But which item is it? This thing. During your single target ranged attack action, turn the attack into the following. If we had a volatile bomb in partnership with burning oil to attack for 5 on 3 grouped targets, that would be incredible, and I should definitely consider it soon. Now, can we kill multiple of these things? Not this fast, because if we go this fast, we can't move through these things. That said, if we killed them all with throwing knives, Tali could then do a great big flamethrower thing over there. But that also doesn't seem great for what we need. We do have Smoke Bomb. We could pull something into a trap if we were in the right spot, but of course we're not. Sunkeeper back here. Attack with stun, attack range, attack and shield. I think you just need to short rest and get up in this fight. Goodbye tactical order. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets you up to here. Also, what's our biggest heal? Because, oh boy, does Faith need it. Heal 5 at a range of 3. It's kind of important. What is this? Permanently burned denotes this card cannot be recovered. Heal 4 at a range of 3. But that's on bottom. As is this, so we're not even going to be close enough to help, really. So let's move in for 4. One, two, three, 4. If we move in 4 to there, Aura, you and all adjacent allies suffer no damage this round. It's on the wrong half of the card. Because these guys are all going to attack, and it's going to be hell. But we have Marching Beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we're going to short rest here. Keep Marching Beat. We're going to lose Singing Arrow. We're going to play Marching Beat on top. We are going to play Power Ballad on bottom. We're going to stand here for 2, and they're going to stand there for 4. And they are going to... Aura, you and all adjacent allies suffer no damage this round. And we want to go as close to a 19 as possible. Actually, no, we can put it on any time and then be moved. That's fine. So, Protective Blessing on bottom, something to play on top. On the next 5 melee attacks targeting you, retaliate 2. Yeah, I'll do that. That just leaves Faith. Faith does not want to move away because that will end up in issues for us. I think a Swift Bow or something will be fine on top. And on bottom... we'll get Single Out going, because if this giant pillar's going to be in the room, I assume the stuff's going to come and try and attack us, and the pillar's going to be on its own. They're going incredibly quickly, which does not help us, although it's only the elite that's attacking. So that's less problematic. No, wait. The imps aren't attacking at all. They're all healing. And putting up an obnoxious amount of shield, I might add. So we don't need to burn our defensive aura card. The entire turn and its motivations have largely changed. So, Bless and Strengthen affect 1 ally within range 3. Strengthen all allies. Or, let's still move you in. Loot 5 or more gold piles. Move all the way in. Why not? And then we're going to move to Strength and Faith. Then we are going to strengthen all adjacent allies, which is no one. Do we want to move then? Less than strengthen 1 ally within range 3. You've got 2 curses, no blessings. You've got no cursings, 2 blessings. Bless Tali. And let's stay on the gold. Yeah, so we're just going to skip this movement. Loot a second gold pile. Now, Faith's up. I was hoping to do some damage here, but behind 5 shield, it's very unlikely. We do have a piercing bow, and none of the other enemies that we've seen so far have a standard shield on their turns. Like, they don't have a passive consistent shield. So we could probably... Your next 4 attacks targeting enemies, we'll put that up. Then we'll attack with piercing against the one we're most likely to kill with any +1. We also have advantage. If we have advantage, perhaps we attack the one that has more HP. That's why we attacked the one with more HP. Then Tali remains. This was her its last turn. No gender on a rock thing, so I'm told. Our attacks aren't going to do anything. So we might as well try and move in efficiently, perhaps. Skip the last of the movement. Attack. I mean, we're never going to get past 5. Shield. We do get 1 XP though, so that's nice. Short rest for us. The shield has all gone. Pure augmentation is burnt. Everyone else has cards to play. We don't have any pushes left. Faith does have a pull. And that is pull to a range of 3. So we need to be where this thing is stood in order to do that. Sunkeeper might be able to help us out with that. With any standard move and an attack 4... So if we move on 23, let's go on 27 because the actual, we're only moving 1 and the skills on 23 are actually of more importance to us right now than Brilliant Prayer is. Although Faith still needs healing quite badly. The one with 1 HP is going to die if it attacks us because of Retaliate. That's just going to happen automagically. What are you up to, Pandora? The next time any ally within range 2 suffers damage this round, they suffer no damage instead. Go on then. And on top, bless all adjacent allies. Strengthen affect all allies. Yeah, right. That'll keep Faith safe for a moment. So that means up here we're going to move in on Brilliant Prayer, attack this one with Hammer Blow. And then Faith is going to... Oh, they're going to move first. If they move first, we can't pull them into the trap. Although if we're here, we might be able to pull that one into this trap. That frees up the Sunkeeper. Pull on bottom. We need to move 1 on top. These are all great cards. Let's just go on Duelist Advance then. Because we can move across, then pull this thing into that, perhaps, hopefully. We are here. We're going to be stood there. So we'll be still protecting Faith. Not that the Sunkeeper might not just take the brunt of the attacks anyway. And we can strengthen all allies and we'll go first, so that'll be helpful. If Faith's going to pull that thing out of the way, we can push forward. So we can move 2 and then attack for 5. One adjacent ally may perform attack 4. But their target will move, so that's no good to us. So we're just going to attack 4 on top. Let's go with the simple stuff. Go with that. Tali. Now, you have a lot of options right now. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's go with a Holy Strike and stun something. 1, 2, 3, 4 is all we need for movement. So we'll do that. Tali. We have no elements to work with. But if Soothsinger is going first, which they are, they can make something. Which could benefit us. Let's play Chain Lightning. Ah, because no, we could heal Faith with that, or ourselves. But it's so much fun. Chain Lightning on top. And the rest is all just movement, setting up for the next turn, except the next turn is just going to be more of attacking in here. I wish I had an alternate heal on bottom. But I don't, so... Attack 4, target all enemies at exactly range 2. Oh, if we were on that spot there... That would be incredible. Which card was this? Must be a burn one, right? Did I imagine that? What's my brain doing? I'm going to turn on the light. The sun has set since this episode started. Yeah, it's the very first thing. Infernal Vortex. Attack 4. Target all enemies at exactly range 2. And it's really fast. So if we could move 1, 2, 3 with jump. I know we have move with jump. Move 2 with jump. We don't have fancy shoes. That's move 5, but no jump. If we had fire and wind, we could move more and jump. I'm so sad that that's not going to work out. Hammer Blow is move 4, and Holy Strike is stun. What if instead... Oh, we don't have Tactical Order anymore either. I burnt it so frivolously. Here we have... Marching Beat is spent. Alright, that's not going to work out, unfortunately. As fun as that would have been. To be right there and attack all enemies at exactly range 2. I cannot get there. Unless we could move 3. After somebody else has moved out of the way. Which Faith might be able to do that. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, we'll go with that on 17. It's weird. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to find out. Then hopefully something's moved out of the way. So we are going to heal someone, I guess. No. No, we're not. I'm so lost in the weeds right now. Attack 2 and stun. And move 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's the turn. They're going super late. They're not moving. They're attacking at a range of 4. We are strengthening all of our allies. putting an aura on. And are we putting an element up? Not for anything specific, so no. We could put fire up and create retaliate 2 at range 2. That might actually be worth doing. Faith, you are moving to this tile, skipping the rest of your movement, skipping your attack, and then pulling this guy onto that tile. Something went correctly. That frees up the path for us to move 4 to there. Skip the last step. Put the retaliate on. So we now retaliate 4. Then we attack everything around us at advantage. Oh my god. That was incredible. Did you see those attacks? Unbelievable. Okay, we're going to move forward. Do we care about picking up gold? We want to pick up all the gold we can. So we're going to move up this far onto this gold. Skip the last step. Attack, skip the attack action. End the Sunkeeper's turn. Is there one left? Oh my god. There was one left. I was so happy. I was like, it's over. We can rest and do things. No, of course not. Of course you can't. Can't have such a good moment. So obviously we need to kill this little ragamuffin at the back. If Tali could do it, they'd get their final kill that they need, although I'm sure they might be able to kill something else during the scenario. Again, it's not really timing up with a good opportunity to long rest. But if we... Burning oil, even if we miss, we will apply a wound, which will kill it, and then we can just move 5. That will kill them, so everyone else can just worry about doing things like moving 5, getting up to the top of the room. We need to loot some more gold. We don't have a loot card, I don't think. But we can also maybe consider healing somebody on bottom and on top. Cautious advance gives us a point of experience. Then Tali, kill 5 or more monsters. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to utilize all of this energy that we've just created. I think we're just going to start... Oh, heal 3 range 4 on bottom is solid. And on top is all attacks that are out of range of the other critter. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, Formless Power, attack 2, range 2, attack 4, range 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get there. So Faith doesn't need to kill it. So if we're doing a move 5 on bottom, on top, we only have attacks as well, so much of a muchness. End our selection. They go on a 37. Move 1, attack 1, range 4, and poison. If Tali was going faster, they could have done it, but I'd rather kill the creature and not take 2 more damage. So, get overkilled. Then move 5. Puts us up to here. That's quite alright by me. Then we are healing. Do some extra healing. Get rid of Tali's poison for now, I guess. And shield oneself because we get XP. Then we are going to heal Faith out of her poison. Although she'll get rid of the poison like that on a long rest. So maybe we just heal ourselves. Although we're at 5 of 8. We're going to get 2 back on a long rest ourselves. So it's much of a muchness. Nothing to attack. And Pandora at the back moves up just enough to not loot any gold. And gives a blessing. Right, round 8. You need a long rest. We can move you before a long rest. You need to loot some gold, so you can do that before taking a rest. And here we need to kill something which does not involve resting. So we will just move 2. We don't have any healing or anything. It's all attacks. So Faith was going to move on to this gold, I think. Actually, I'm just going to move her to the door. Skip the movement, skip the attack, end the turn. We are going to move 2, kill 5 or more monsters. We don't care about looting gold or not. Attack, skip the attack. We are going to move 2 up to there. That's a 4th gold pile. And then we're long resting here. Get rid of our poison. A card that we're not likely to play again. As much as Marching Beat and Change Tempo are our only big moves, Strengthen to kill something from the back with one ally performs an attack could be an extra attack against the rock column, and Strengthening all allies is just solid, especially because one of the foes we're likely to face causes disadvantage. Bless all adjacent allies, move and I guess it's going to have to be the Bless as much as I don't want to see it go. Fresh round. Does anyone have any healing cards left? You don't. Might as well long rest, but we'll check. You're definitely long resting. You just long rested. And you can move on to a gold pile, but then you'll be really far back behind the group. So I think you long rest. We are going to... We can't long rest, can we? No, we can long rest again. I just don't see why we would. So move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's a turn where that Bless would have been really good, but never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets us to there. And then maybe we switch to the defensive thing. Shield 1, affect all allies. And here, I think we're just going to long rest as well. Then next turn we're basically ready to breach this doorway. So we must remember we've lost our retaliate. Something to get rid of. Attack 5, range 3 is really strong. Let's get rid of this push. I don't think we'll need it as much. Long rest for faith. I think we're probably going to spend most of our time focusing on the very big thing. So Flurry of Blades seems less important. That said, these two cards are basically the same, so let's get rid of Flanking Strike. And here, Purifying Aura, we might try and kite some attacks with. We need to heal more stuff. Basic attacks are good. Strengthen someone. Let's drop defensive stance. So apart from Faith being far from her max HP, I think we're basically fine. We could obviously heal her this turn. Question is, with what card or character? Heal 3 at a range of 4 on bottom. And then move and create energy on top. That will heal Faith. And breach the door. Faith. Where in this room do we think the pillar's going to be? Because if it's in range of things like burning oil, then what we might want to do is just step into the doorway and turn invisible. Smoke bomb on top. Swift bow on bottom. Here, we've got the capacity for more healing if we want it. Or we could rush in. Healing on bottom. Bless and strengthen someone on top. We're going to bless Faith, because we would love for her to do double damage on her sneak attack thing. Then with the Bard. Are we actually planning to attack this turn? We're not really, are we? I think I've plotted 2 bottom cards with Tali, which was a terrible plan. If we're healing Faith on bottom, we want something to do on top. Formless power, and if we're formless powering, we can strengthen someone. We can move and strengthen on bottom and have someone else move on top. This is like a terrible turn, and I'm not proud of it already for it, but it's going to happen. Just a smidge of lag as we enter the room here. Has the room turned into water?
To think that Hale sent you to the wrong place, you gratefully see the outline of a tower in the distance. The thing is massive, with twisting ropes of darkness weaving in and out of one another, reaching up through an opening in the cavern's ceiling above you.
All right. Only, quote unquote, only 32 HP. does not seem as terrible. Move 3, attack 4. Attack 4 with piercing on the straight line. So we are exactly right to stay where we are and be invisible. This way, nothing else can attack us right now, because this line goes to here, this line goes to there. These guys won't approach us if there's an invisible creature blocking the path of the other heroes. So now we can move to here, confirm, skip the rest of the movement, strengthen these two. Faith's strength will stay until the next round because she's already been. And we can skip. Let's move you 2 up just because we can. The Night Demons don't do anything. Then we are going to heal Faith. And we can attack 3 at a range of 3, which we cannot reach anyone, so we're going to skip that. And the Sunkeeper is going to bless Faith. And heal her as well. And those other 2 things can't attack us. Oh, joy! They spawned more creatures in at the back. Duly noted. Right, Faith. How's your deck? We've got Miss. We've got +1s, 0, ×2, 3 blessings, poison, pierce, and 2 +1 redraws. So we are going to attack with Burning Oil. That attack is going to be worth double damage, and we are attacking at advantage. Let's attack 5 at a range of 3. 1, 2, 3. If that's on top, something to do on bottom. Add 2 to all your attacks this round targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies. Is not going to do anything for us. But if we go on 95... nothing will be able to come in and attack us, because Faith will be invisible right up until the end of the order. So, we're attacking with Burning Oil on top. We need something on bottom. It's going to get weird, I think. I think it might get weird, yep. So we're attacking with that on top, something to do on bottom. Sure. But we're going on 95. We are going to move 5 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and pick up this gold so we can definitely complete our hoarder objective. So that's bottom. On top, on the next 5 melee attacks against you, retaliate 2. That's fine. We are going to long rest here, I think. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have anything that would do a range 5 attack. Attack 5 range 3 will be good in a minute if we need to do some more damage. So we'll do a Stoking Hail, because that will create some fire for us next turn. And that's on bottom. Something on top. I don't think Boiling Arc's going to get the best use here. Doing stuff that we expect, which is fine. So we're going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put this on. End Sunkeeper's turn. They've now completed their hoarder objective. We're going to move 2 up to here. And we can't get anyone in range of this attack. So we'll skip that. No one does anything. They might spawn another one in that back corner. Does it say when? Spawner next round, okay. Then we'll take +2 our attacks against targets against nobody, but that doesn't count for anything. Actually, we might use our move 2 on that, so skip that for now. We are going to attack this. We're attacking for 10. We're already attacking at advantage. If we could draw any of our ×2 or blessings, this would be huge for us. That is 20 damage. Then we are actually going to push 2 over towards this treasure chest, I think. Because at the end of this turn, we're not going to be invisible anymore. And you know what? Minor stamina potion. Give me back burning oil. Because that's 5 damage is 5 damage, you know? Then the bard taking a rest, getting rid of a card. Immobilize, target all enemies within range 3. It's going to be incredible in a second. I think we can get rid of Echoing Area. Alright, we got fresh enemies. You've done your thing. Elementalist, you'd really love to kill anything else this game. Range 3, attack 2, wound 1. I assume this thing is immune to wound. Immune to all conditions, yeah. We can't get the stuff that we need for Chain Lightning. Wind and Sun. Attack 5, range 3 on bottom. So you can tell Tali to move. And one ally within range 3 may perform attack 4. Within range 3. 1, 2, 3. That does get to there. If we're attacking these things, we're attacking them at disadvantage anyway. So one friend moves. And call to action. Here we're way back. But what we can do is move 4. That will become a move 6 on bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets us to there. Something on top. We'll just give ourselves some shield for that. Faith. You are going to attack with Burning Oil again. On top. And on bottom. Move into that treasure chest. And Tali, you are going to get moved by somebody else. That is the plan, isn't it? You are going to move Tali on a 32, which means Tali is available to attack 5 range 3 on bottom and attack 3 on top. They're going very quickly. It's a bad time. Faith's initiative is fine. We are going to attack at advantage right there. Can't be poisoned, that's fine. Let's move on to this treasure chest. Treasure chest found. Robes of Summoning. Now this is the problem part, but attacks like that seem to be no bother. I think I was hoping to stand there, which could be a problem. Also, we can't walk through that creature. Also could be a problem. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move me 3. Make it 5. Put me there. And attack. Close, but no cigar. Right, we can have... Actually, have Tali. Attack the thing directly in front of us. We have a fairly split deck, so just hope that this kills it. Tali has now killed 5 creatures. Then we can move Tali. To... They have a attack 5 at range 3. 1, 2, 3. We can move them to here. Skip the last of the movement, end the turn. Tali is going to attack 5. And why not go Mega on it? Like that. And with a +1, the crystal structure is killed. We have other stuff that we can do here. Why not? It gives us 1 XP. Oh, they're not attacking on a line. Didn't even occur to me to think about. And we are victorious.
Swing. The tower of black rope severs. The strands writhe and whip around, quickly ascending out of the cave, as if falling away up into the sky. The ground shudders. Cracks form beneath your feet, and there is a loud grating noise as the whole chamber shifts and begins to crash downward.
Alright, Sadist killed 5 things. Looted no gold, looted 5 gold. Unfortunately, Faith just had too many cards left in her deck at the end, but that's fine. Got some new robes, not that I think we'll be wearing summoner's robes.
As true panic sets in, you're whisked back into the crooked bone, with Hale standing in front of you. Oh my, that connection receded much more quickly than I'd anticipated. You're quite lucky I was able to pull you out of there before the whole place collapsed in on itself. The attunement has certainly been severed, though. The artifact is perfectly balanced. Hale picks up the vessel with her hands and studies it closely. A true marvel. All fun aside, though, if you're looking for the entity who could have attuned it in such a way, I may have something for you there. She sets down the vessel and pulls a map out of the air, laying it on a rickety table. After the connection to the plane of night was severed, I briefly felt a tug on the artifact from 3 different locations. It was being used as a power source, but with the source depleted, the tugging stopped almost immediately. I was still able to pinpoint the locations, Hale states triumphantly, marking the map. Here, out in the misty sea, deep under the surface, another one in the dark parts of the Dagger Forest, and finally, one high atop the peaks of the Coppernecks. Hale straightens up and reaches for the artifact. I'll keep this safe here, You look at her disapprovingly. Okay, fine, she says. You can hold on to it. Probably safer with you anyway. Just promise me you'll let me take a closer look at it sometime.
Alright, 8 XP, so Tali's definitely leveling up. The Doom Trench. The Slave Pens. And the Treacherous Divide. Trophy Hunt, we're up to 7 of 20 creatures already. And here we are, back in Gloomhaven. So, Tali's got to level and perk, Faith found some equipment, and Lamoon has to perk. But for right now, that's going to be all. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. I hope this was brought to you in crispy HD, but if it hasn't been, it will be a few days, and it will be the next time, I'm sure. All right, thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.